Hello, and welcome to Au Vic Technology and Best Practices. In this session, we tackle the subject of transforming data into informed decisions. 80% of the world resources profit 20% of mankind. You and me are included in those 20%. Water professionals around the globe are responsible to design, implement, and manage infrastructures that secure safe and sustainable provisioning of fresh water and sanitation services to millions of human beings. Not only those 20%, but the whole 100% of mankind. So, what challenges do we face? Climate change. The impact on the weather is difficult to ascertain. We do have warmer climates and extreme weather events, and an expected increase in droughts. We also have changing demographics. There are more and more humans on this planet, and there's a urban pressure is significantly increasing with a need for more food, a demand for more water, and sharing of water resources is therefore a must. The public perception is that water is indeed scarce, and there is a general public concern going forward. However, there is also the general expectation that potable water and sanitation services will always be available to everyone at all times. And they look at the water professionals around the globe for new solutions and new technologies. And remember, 80% of the population aspire to live as the 20% that profit. And although the individual demand is decreasing, there is a push for more industry, an increase of water usage, and therefore an extension for water networks. Your water networks. So we ask ourselves the questions. How will water be managed tomorrow? How to balance supply, demand, and availability? And how to extend the asset's lifespan and increase infrastructure performance? The answer is often three little words: intelligent technology solutions. Increasing the availability of data through the use of technology sets the path to an increase in water networks optimization. If, and only if, that data is actually transformed into valuable information. So, going forward, how to deploy this intelligence into the water networks? Is it human intensive, or will it be fully automated? Your database, your people, and your processes may carry the solution. Surprised? Let me explain to you. Your company has internal and external interactions. Internal interactions is, for example, between your GIS team and your work field service team. External interactions are between your purchasing department and your selected supplier. You can also have interactions between machines, for example, your pressure sensor and your SCADA system, or between your ERP and your external bank account. Between all these machines and all these people, with all these interactions, they keep on transferring data back and forth. This data is therefore put into two separate boxes: the historical data and the present data. Present data is the flow of events and facts coming in a real-time basis. Each team in your organization treats its part, acts upon it, timestamps it, and stores it, so that it now becomes historical data. Historical data are the accessible records of everything that your company has done. Traditionally, only the digital data is recorded, or the one that is written in physical paper logs. So, how to capitalize on that data? How to use it? Is there an intelligent technology solution out there? I have just stated that you may have the solution. And the first intelligent solution is to share your own data internally and eventually externally through a collaborative platform. It cannot be a simple computer maintenance management system. It must go beyond that and include as much as possible the complete organization. It must bring the information from the office to the field and from the field to the office in real time. The technology bringing the information when it is needed, to who needs it, where it is needed. It is a way to capture those valuable staff years of experience into your quality procedures, making them part of your corporate culture, and access all that in a comprehensive historical log. Using such a technology is a way to push for transparency and responsibility. You will be reducing your paper trail, you capitalize your internal know-how, you'll have faster response times by sharing the data in real time between your teams, optimize labor-intensive tasks, you'll increase your fieldwork traceability, knowing eventually why such action has been done, you'll decrease your claims, and those actions that I've just talked about, they might be used by the customer service to respond directly to one of your customers. In the end, you'll have a better reporting. You will be motivating your internal workforce, your external partners, your stakeholders, and the community you serve. This significant change will enhance your operational performance, driving profitability and capitalizing your best practices. However, this is not all. Side by side with your enterprise, there is a world of data, more information, and more technology. Example with OpenStreetMaps. They are updated on a real-time basis by someone outside your control. However, your GIS system may take a different time to be updated and could use the input from that open source. Or maybe there is not even a GIS system within your corporation, and for certain situations, you could directly use that external tool. Another example are the social networks. How many of you are convinced that the video of a pipe burst will make its way faster into Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube rather than your customer service? Correct. More examples could be given. For example, the weather forecast. The weather forecast is directly linked to the wastewater network performance, the volume of extra water entering the infrastructure in case of rain, and therefore the amount of money lost by the utility. Using predictive analytics, correlating your internal data with external sources, such as the movement of populations between household and workplace, you will be leveraging your sensor data. It puts it into a reference perspective. The assets data feed should match the expected assets behavior. Expected, this is the key word. This means that we have intelligent technology available today that is capable of predicting within a certain level of confidence the overall impact of your entire environment upon the infrastructure at any given time, allowing you to travel back in history, look at the present and detect events, and most of all, to predict the future. Those expectations, associated with insightful algorithms, will then allow you to anticipate network deterioration, avoiding infiltration and inflows, reducing leakages, to target the right pipes to be replaced when it is needed to be replaced, which will contribute to have fewer disruptions in your network. In doing so, you'll be increasing your assets efficiency, and all that while you control your spends, and of course, you reduce your costs. So, going forward, for Oserivik, intelligent technology solution is the creation and long-lasting symbiosis between people and technology. You can get the most performing solution in the world, but it will fail without people. That is for us the future, and the only way disruptive technology will bring answers to you and to our growing world challenges. As a conclusion, in a resource-constrained world, correlating and sharing data represents a tremendous opportunity to bring performance and profitability together to your utility using intelligent technology and collective collaboration. Going forward, other than getting in touch with us, Oserivik, there are a few takeaways I would like to share with you. The first one is that you need a concerted effort from all stakeholders. Engaging in the new disruptive technology is challenging, and the vision of where you want to go must be unanimous among the leading or administrative team. Run pilots, test the solutions, and establish the benefits. Take measured risks and focus on key areas. Select real and difficult situations that are key to your operations and to the future of your utility. And don't trade off just because that's where you have available staff. Instill leadership. Bring your teams outside the comfort zone, using the pilot, using the new technology, and measuring the risks of what your company will face in the future. Assess potential investment. Push the anticipation of implications to the extreme, not only where it applies. Design scenarios and what-if situations. You might be surprised of the results. And the most important one, identify and empower an internal leader. For technology to succeed, you need overwhelming acceptance. And in order to get that acceptance, you need an acknowledged internal leader. Technology drives change, and change must be managed by recognized and accepted leaders. Also, reward and incentivize improvements in operational efficiency. Everybody likes to be told every now and again that they are doing a good job. And finally, leverage the results by sharing them with your customers and your community. As a final note, we'd like to leave you with some comments from utilities around the globe that have shared with us worries or project results. For example, and I quote, the one from Brazil that was saying that we get data overwhelmed and we just don't know what to do with it. Or the Belgian one that we are in the stone age of our work orders management. As a result example, the Alaskan utility realized that they have saved over a period of 6 years $30 million out of 130. Or the Texas utility that realized that 1% of top predictive asset replacement results would have saved them 25% of following year's network failures. And finally, Portuguese utility that had a under 2-year return on investment by applying an integrated operations management platform that allowed to eliminate all paper-based work and saved thousands of man-hour costs. Hope you liked this session, and our final message is dare to leave your imprint in your network and in the world. Contact us for further information on intelligent technology solutions. Thank you.